good, everyone? I got my boy Hoop Jargon in the building, man. We
Yes,
in the
sir.
cut, man. We got a lot to talk about. More importantly, we got to talk about Lonzo Ball, man. Brother, what? Why is he dipping on the scoring, man? What's wrong with him, man?
Man, you know what? I got an official phrase to call what Lonzo does, man. I call it Bambi mode, man. It's like a little scared deer in the headlights. He back in Bambi mode, man. I don't know. Man, we took 2 years getting rid of Bambi mode. We get 4 months off. The brother had a stellar year up until the COVID. And he ain't go right back in Bambi mode, bro. I don't understand what's going on, man.
Brother, I hate that. I like the term, and I hate the mode that he's in, man. Bambi mode is is pretty much holding him back. He's a clearly, mentally afraid, I think, to attack the basket. I don't know if it's because of free throws or what, but it's very bad right now.
Agreed. He's very tentative right now, and he does this, man. Like I don't know what the origin of this is, and like I don't know what he's thinking, or I mean, because basketball, a lot of people don't understand, man. It's a lot that goes on in between your ears. You know what I mean? Whether it's stuff at home, whether it's stuff that's been said in the locker room, whether it's stuff your coach has said before the game. A lot of that stuff, when we talking about impressionable athletes, it does affect how you play. You know what I mean? And so I just wonder what the influence is getting in between them, of him not playing this game so freely. He's going back into retreat mode, man. So I just I don't know, man.
Man, I don't know if he needs a sports psychologist or something, but something gotta give, brother.
Some got to give.
It's just it's very sad right now, man. He's every time he attacks the basket, he's not even looking to score. He's
Yep.
looking to hopefully make a layup, and you can't hope to do anything in the NBA. You just got to do
Hell
it.
no. You got to be intentional. Absolutely. And
Right.
yeah, go ahead, brother.
Oh, sorry about that, my bro. I wanted to ask you if you were Lonzo, man. Like, what would you do? Who would you hit up to train him to improve his offensive repertoire?
That's a great question because you got to pretty much at this point tap into someone who knows your similar situation and someone who understands your role and responsibility and what have you. And I would hit up his old kid was his coach for a long time, but I'll hit up Jason Kidd, man, just to see like how did you deal with having the chief responsibility to distribute, however, still be an offensive threat on your own merit. So that's probably who I would be more apt, or even if he has any relationship with Ben Simmons, hit him up, man. Like, okay, my chief responsibility is to facilitate, but how do I balance that and still be an offensive threat? And hell, let's even reach this far. His old general manager, president, Magic Johnson. Well, we say de facto general manager. Obviously, Rob Pelinka was general manager, but Magic had his imprint on a lot of things. So I think he got to hit one of those three people up, man, to kind of get some counsel about how to balance out and how to recalibrate. Because obviously Zion Williamson, you got Bi being a new All Star. You got Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday. Some days think he's James Harden. Some days he cool with being the off guard. You never know what Drew gonna show up. You know what I mean? And then you got JJ Redick, thinking what I'm saying, a Russell Westbrook who actually can shoot. You know what I'm saying? So it's so many. The dichotomy's real. On the team, and so you just got to understand how to put your fingerprint on that team. And I think that's what a brother is like having the biggest struggle at right now.
Yeah, I like what you said there, man. Jason Kidd, that's gonna be a little tough since he's with the Lakers coaching staff. Maybe maybe it's a phone call away. Like after
Hmm.
the season, you know how it goes. Magic Johnson, that's definitely attainable because Magic is like a open book when he knows you and he knows of you. He doesn't mind someone calling him up. He seems like one of those type of people. So I think that can flourish right there. Uh,
Sure.
Lonzo also has to work out with Jermaine Jackson. I've seen what he's done with
LaMelo.
Melo. Leangelo's drastically improved from what I saw. Now I got to see it in the game, and hopefully Jello does well in the G League games. Yes, I said G League games. He is not going to go straight in the NBA without playing in the G League. I don't. I'm realistic, man.
You
I'm
trying to start
realistic,
some
bro.
stuff now, DJ?
We want them to do well.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
I'm about to start some stuff tonight, bro.
Yeah, I ain't trying to start now, man. I'm just being honest. He got to play it out.
No, it's real talk. I mean, and you gotta. I mean, with this game of basketball, man, and I hate to be redundant about this thing, but playing professional basketball is one of the hardest things to do in this world, man. And there are a lot of ups and downs. There are a lot of intricacies of all this. And I don't want to get too far off a topic, but I mean, we talking about a cat like Leangelo, man. Like, I want to salute Ball Facts for putting his video out about his peers, the other two guys who got caught stealing in China, where they are now and what have you. And the two brothers, I forget their names. They just pretty much middle of the road Division I players, and not very high as far as draft prognostications are concerned. And people gotta understand, these two kids who were ranked 4-star recruits, high, which is higher than Leangelo. But it's hard as hell, to make that skill translate to the next level, man. And so I just want people to really understand how hard this level is. And now they got let's translate it back to Lonzo with the point of the discussion. Once you're there, you still gotta be able to maintain a certain level, man. Like, cause I mean, it's funny. I had one of my boys hit me up just yesterday, NBA scout, talking about, man, it may be time to understand that Lonzo may be a backup. I hung the phone up
Oh
on him,
man.
bro. I hung the phone up on him, bro. This is a true story. Hung the phone up on him, dude. So, but
And for those,
go
and
ahead.
I wanted to iterate those who's listening. Who Jargon knows people, man. If you go on this channel and please subscribe to the brother Who Jargon's YouTube channel. He interviews a lot of people, scouts, coaches, you name it. So he knows people. Just putting
Appreciate
that
it.
out there.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So I'm not speaking out my ass when I say people who really evaluate top talent say these things about the Ball brothers. Right now, so the whispers right now is that Lonzo just may be a backup point guard. And you know what? In a perfect world, nothing wrong with being a backup point guard. Worst case scenario, could Lonzo be that? I mean, I think it's a long shot, but yeah, I mean, there's no shame in that. Like you'll be a millionaire for for a good 10, 15 years. However, you cannot evaluate these 3 games and say that, he could possibly be that just because he's on a slump, man. Especially considering before the COVID stoppage, what the brothers put up like 22 and 7 and 7, shooting 45% from 3. So if you want to use small clusters, you can't just use this one and make a finite opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are judging too early, but also it's Lonzo's fault in one way because I don't know what he did during these 4 months, man. I'm like, what did you work on? I know it's the pandemic, but I'm seeing all these. I seen the Miami Heat. I seen just in shape teams
Mm-hmm.
not missing a beat. And then you look at the Pelicans, and then you look at Lonzo. I'm like, he's still not trying. He's not doing what he did before the pandemic. That's the disappointing part.
Yeah. And it's shooting with confidence. That's his biggest thing, man. Shooting with confidence. Like he's back shooting like last year, playing with LeBron when he didn't know his place. And he's in Bambi mode. And you see him
Yep.
drive and not even look to be. I mean, one of the biggest things a coach would tell a point guard is be a threat at all times. I don't care if you're running my sets. I don't care if you're getting the offense involved. You have to be a threat because you got to keep the defense honest. You're not seeing that from Zoe right now, man. Zoe playing like he afraid to get snatched off the court again. It's like, damn. That's two coaches, same thing. Like, what's up, man?
Man, this brother's messing up his bag, man. Let's say Lonzo was doing what he was doing before the pandemic, he would have, and he did that in these last 6 games.
Yeah.
The brother would have had a huge bag, man. But he's playing too complacent, like he just chill. And you can't be like that, man. When it's money season, you gotta go get it. And I'm not trying to bring up Lamelo. I know people get on me because they think I'm trying to like pit one against another. I'm just saying a mentality that Lamelo has. And you know what's funny, who Jargon?
What's up?
When Lamelo was playing in the NBL, I got on Lamelo worse than I got on Lonzo.
Hmm.
But they seem to forget that.
Well, you know how that go.
Yeah, man. But here's the thing with Lamelo. Let's say if he was in Lonzo's position,
Hmm.
if he knows he got to get at least 15 points to get and double-digit assists to get that max, Lamelo go, he gonna get his, man.
For
That's all
sure.
I'm saying.
For sure. LaMelo is a true combo guard, man. Like with extreme guard ability, or I'm sorry, point guard ability. But he's definitely a combo guard. Like LaMelo can be whatever the situation needs him to be. Well, win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? He ain't shy about letting that thing fly. Whereas Zoe is a lot more calculated. You see him look. Sometimes he shoot the ball when it's like brutally obvious to shoot the ball, instead of just letting it flow naturally when it's like it don't have to be brutally, obvious. Just you feeling it, so let it ride. And you just see all the second guessing. And to your point, Lamelo don't struggle with that problem.
No, he's not. His in between game is elite. Like
Yeah.
I know people who literally coaches, just regular coaches, homies who are coaches now who come up and call me time to time. They know I'm a little Melo fan, and they said, "Man, I know I get on Zoe, but I'm telling you, you don't have to worry about Lamelo getting his. He gonna get
Hell
his."
no.
That's what they tell me. These are people that hate on the ball family, man. We from Texas. We know people that be hating on the ball family.
Absolutely.
So they be like, man, Lamelo just got it, man. He gonna mess. They tell me like this. They said Lamelo gonna mess up on time to time because he's gonna be a rookie, but he also gonna show plays where he's unconscious. But he
Oh
ain't
yeah.
gonna give a damn. He gonna get
Oh
his.
yeah. Oh yeah. You gonna spaz out. And and that's a great point you talking about, like, being from the H. Man, it's the Boo Birds coming out. I ain't gonna front, man. So it's funny, man. Again, running my group Hoop Jargon. So we got a lot of ball haters in the clan. And so from game one, they got back on their job, and I missed game one. I had to go back and watch the highlights. Well, I missed most of game one. I was like, why are they posting about Lonzo again? I was like, he must be having a bad game. And I looked up, and he having a bad game. And and what the brother was saying, I leave him nameless, saying how he still can't shoot to this day and blah, blah, blah. I was like, hold on. Let me pull his numbers up. At the time, he was shooting 38% from three. Damn near shooting 40% from three. Like, that's good shooting percentage. That's like the biggest bugaboo people said, right? People say he couldn't shoot the three adequately, so he wasn't an NBA player, a pro level player, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and once I imparted that wisdom on that brother, he was like, oh, well, he's still shooting 50 something from free throw. And I'm like, dude, you played Division I basketball like I did. Who the hell judges shooting ability on free throw percentage? Like, are you kidding me? Like, like, who does that,
Now
man?
I gotta say this. Who Jargon? Lonzo gotta work on that
No,
free
I
throw shooting.
agree.
You know it,
I agree. I agree.
and you've told me that. I'm putting it out there. You told me that, so
Agree.
you know it. But I get what you're saying though about they're not separating the two.
Exactly.
Lonzo has drastically improved on his 3-point shooting. Now I could say the number is kind of skewed. I think his actual number is 35 because I'm talking about volume shots.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why he has 38% is because he barely takes a lot of volume shots of threes.
Well, he takes 6.5 threes a game. That's actually a lot. He's up there with Westbrook as far as attempted threes per game. 'Cause the brother, when I hit him with that stat, he was like, oh, well, he ain't shooting. He basically was insinuating he don't shoot that many threes, and that's not necessarily true. He does shoot an adequate amount to be compared to a starting point guard. So 6.5 threes a game, that's a lot of threes, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, you're right.
It's a lot of threes, man. Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
It's a
Hey,
lot
hey,
of
those.
threes.
Look, I don't mind being. Hey, man, I don't mind being wrong, man. When my homies come in and bring that hoop knowledge, hoop jargon that's played overseas, he's been coaching, so he knows the game. He ain't out here like these YouTubers come out here and act like they Don Cornelio or something. They the Don of sports and they can't be wrong. Like
Yeah.
I hate how these YouTube channels be like they be on live stream and they act like they can't be wrong on something
Yeah.
because it's their content. Man, that's unrealistic. I mean, unless you're Greg Popovich, you're gonna be wrong on something.
That's just the nature of basketball, and that's okay if you understand basketball. Now, if you just, pulling shit out your ass all day, and then, it's gonna be rough for you to prove validity to what you're saying.
It's
And
gonna be a
I don't care about being wrong.
long day.
It's gonna be a long day, brother. And that's why people's kind of get on me, amongst our little group of people we speak to, talking about, I don't be putting out ball content like that. And the reason why I don't do it is because I don't do it to something tangible to speak on. That's just how I roll. You know, to each their own how they run their YouTube page. When something relevant to report, I run a basketball page, but I obviously have a vested interest in the Ball family. But I'm not gonna report every little thing. That's just not my style. But when it's
I
time to get
respect
to the
that.
meat and potatoes, then I'm ready to let's get it in. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I roll. That's how I look at sports. That's how I respect sports. Like it's been a big part of my life, for the duration of of my life. So and that's why like, we 4 games in, that's why I was hitting you like DJ, come on, let's get this video going. Like let's talk now. That
For
little
real.
COVID stuff, I ain't really care about workouts. Me, I don't really care about that. Well, what you gonna do when the rubber meet the road? So now that they playing, now I'm like, yeah, let's talk about it. So that's just how I am, man.
Nah, I respect that, man. That's why I like what you do, man. You consistent, and people look at your YouTube channel and see that you got like 200 plus subs, but they don't look at the Facebook
Yeah,
where your bread and butter's at. See, I know
Facebook's yeah,
you got a lot on Facebook, man. You got
yeah. Yeah, the Facebook be popping, dog. But it's okay though. I'm a newbie on YouTube. That's cool. I'm willing to put my dues in. But yeah, I be popping on Facebook, man. Like a lot of people be inboxing, like, "Damn, bro, I ain't know you was doing it like that." But you look at my YouTube, you be like, "All right, well, this guy starting out, but it is what it is."
yeah, for sure, man, for sure. And you know what's so funny, man, about your YouTube channel, man? I remember it was just 50, and then we
Yep,
started.
yep.
And I told you, man, I said, man, we do these little pod things, that thing gonna jump. Your stuff jumped to 200, what, 70 something or
Yeah, somewhere around
something
there.
like that. And that's a big increase
Shit,
at a
yeah,
short time. It was quick.
shit, yeah, shit, yeah. It's hard to get subs. If y'all don't know this game, it's hard to get subs out here.
Facts, man.
And
Man,
your
they don't
channel, bro,
understand.
yours done blew the hell up too, bro.
Yeah, I'm almost 600. People don't realize I deleted my channel and then I restarted my channel and I got 600 subs quickly. My
Yeah.
views increased. So I mean, this ain't no easy game, man. This ain't
Shit,
you
well, my
know.
man's went to the isolationist. What you
Yeah,
call
man.
yourself?
I be away
Oh
from the
man,
world, man.
bro, I was
Boy.
like, man, boy, DJ, man.
Oh man, I'm always trying to transform myself on YouTube, man. It was
Man,
fun though.
hey, I mean, it is what it is, man. Funny backstory, man. I don't think you was even told this, man. Me and DKM was on Skype talking about you when you kind of dipped off a little bit, and he didn't understand, like, man, why DJ do that? I was like, man, you gotta understand a lot going on in the world right now. It's a lot of unprecedented stuff. So I just think he just trying to sit back and recalibrate what's what. I was like, he'll be back because I remember you deleted pretty much all your videos. I was like, nah.
Even that remember that Puma one with Melo?
Yeah,
That was a freaking that was a $8,000. I mean 8,000 view video,
yeah,
8.5 view video. I deleted that. I didn't even care.
yeah.
That's how you know, like I didn't care.
And I saw that, and I told DKM, I was like, bro, he just, it's a lot going on in the world right now. He just kind of recalibrating things. Like he'll be back. He was back like within like 2 weeks.
Man, I came back in a fear. I started making all. I had
You was on a ferry,
my
bro.
sport flows. I was on a roll, man.
He was, man.
I got people hitting me up like, man, you gotta slow down all these hot take videos you've been making. I'm like, man, I came back with a vengeance,
You did.
man. I came back with a vengeance.
You did, bro. So
If I
it
would
was
have
funny.
done,
Go
hey,
ahead.
bro, if I would have done what I'm doing now, like done it this way, I would have been at like 5,000 right now,
Yeah.
knowing what I know.
When, and it's something I always admired about your channel. Back when we go back. I think we started communicating was like February, and
Yeah,
I want to say YouTube suggested me to your channel through just. I think I started out watching DKM first. No, Ball Facts first for sure. This is like September of last year, and then started watching DKM a little bit, and then I guess through those algorithms it put me on your channel. Yeah, I never knew you from H Town, but I like the fact I liked your content, even though you pretty much had you had the followers I got now at that time when I started following your channel, brother. And I was just like,
yeah.
man, he ain't got that many subs, but the content's solid. So I was just hitting you like, man, let's do a video or whatever. So I appreciate you putting me on game. I'm cool with everybody now. You know what I mean? And so it's just how that stuff goes through osmosis, man. And just real people connect. Those relationships get built, man. So yeah, well, I've said it online before, but I definitely appreciate you putting me on game with that, bro.
Thanks, man. I'm a builder, man, and I believe in all brothers. I may go on YouTube, I may make an ether on another brother or something, man. But I want all brothers to do well, man. Even my enemies. At
There
the
you
end of the
go.
game, this is just YouTube, man. This is this is fun, but it ain't
Agreed.
real life.
Agreed. Agreed, man. So I want to know, man. So at this point right here, so the Celtics, the Pelicans are it's in that 1-3 in the bubble right now, right?
Yeah.
Which giving that first game away, man. Oh my God, I get so mad thinking about that first game against the Jazz. Just gave that game away. Um, we beat. Well, I say we because the Pelicans are my side whole team. I'm a Lakers fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a self-proclaimed. Everybody knows how I get down. The Pelicans are my side whole team.
Yeah.
I'm a Lakers fan. I spent all day trying to find some Lakers shorts. I'm about to actually go back to Texas at the end of the week, so I gotta give me some Lakers shorts. But found me a place that had them. But all that aside, brother, where do you see this going out? We beat Memphis, so we gained ground on that playoff position. How do you see this shaking out, bro?
Man, I'm telling you, man. I want to be optimistic, man, but I'm a realist. Way Portland playing, man,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna mess around and go on a win streak. And even if, let's say, the Pelicans win the rest of their games, uh, Memphis' schedule is tough. Let's say they don't win as much, and let's say the Pelicans get that 8 seed, they win six straight.
Mm-hmm.
But Portland wins four straight. They got 34. The Pelicans got what, like 35 or 36.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Here's the thing: they got to do that playing
They're
game.
playing. That's right.
In Portland, they don't care if they 9 to 8. They're
And
gonna
that's
beat
true
you.
too.
They gonna
That's
watch
very
what
true.
happens.
That's
If
very
the
true.
Pelicans win six straight, because that schedule is easy. Now, here's the thing: here's the problem with the Pelicans. They ain't got no identity. Even though they beat
Woo.
the Memphis Grizzlies,
Yeah.
they could have beaten by 20 plus points, but they were stagnant. If good teams like San Antonio that's well coached see that, they're gonna lose that one.
Mm-hmm.
Or don't forget the Orlando Magic. Now the Magic did lose to the Pacers. No, the Pacers on fire right now with
Yeah,
TJ Warren.
yeah.
I'm not gonna
Going
count.
off.
If you watch the Magic before the Pacers game, the Magic were looking good. That's a
Mm-hmm.
tough game. They're big. They're a big defensive team, and you know Lonzo is not going to drop to the basket again. I'm calling it now. I don't want it to be like that, but it is
Is what it is.
it is what it is. I'm just saying the Pelicans can go on a run. I'm gonna tell you how they can go on a run, win a lot of their games, and even win the playing game. Here's
Mm-hmm.
how: give all starters 30 plus minutes because the Pelicans have an above 500 record when the starters are playing 30 plus minutes. But Zion has to go off on every single game, like he did at the end of that game against Memphis Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
Brought
Yeah.
some heat today, man.
The who?
I said I'm bringing some heat today. I told you,
Hey,
brother.
I mean, yo, I agree with that, and I almost think that if the Pelicans are gonna have sustained success, they gotta understand how to use Zion, man. Because sometimes they are too dependent on Zion, and by they I mean
Hmm.
Lonzo. I see Lonzo give Zion the ball like he LeBron. Hey man, excuse my French. Fuck that. Yo, you need to get in the position, scoring position. Then I'll give you the ball and just go opposite. But he gives Zion the ball top of the key sometimes, and it leads to a sloppy possession. I'm like, he ain't earned the right to have the ball top of the key like that just every play. And just, like this is the way, it's the momentum we gonna ride every game, every possession. So, and I put that on Zoe, man. Being a point guard, you are basically the extension of the coach on the floor. You got to put people in their spots, man. And that's something that's very frustrating about watching it, bro. Because I like Zion, man. I really do. But he can get a little sloppy, man. And you as a point guard, when you allow that sloppiness to happen, that's reflection on yourself as much as that player. Because who does that remind you of? Julius Randle. Zoe used to do that
Hmm.
same shit to Julius Randle. Let him just kind of go wrecking ball style, and he'll mess up a 2, 3 possessions, and they'll cost the game. It's your job to take the ball out of his hands and direct him to go where the fuck he's supposed to go on the court. And that's what Zoe needs to do, man. I just can't. I like again. I think Zion will be the caveat of this team's success, but you can't ride it as a singular standpoint, to success. Like the point guard, aka Lonzo Ball, gonna have to start facilitating that, bro.
Thank you for saying that, man. Like there'll be times when Zion sets up a great screen because he's a wide body.
Yeah.
And instead of Lonzo taking it to the rack and dunking it, which I want
Mm-hmm.
him to do,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm at a point I'm tired of him doing layups. Just dunk the ball. He
Mm-hmm.
got a 40-inch vertical. Dunk the ball. Don't do these fancy layups trying to be like Julius Irvin. Dunk the damn ball. Uh, stop trying to like he'll pass the ball to Zion. And he'll just watch and stand there. Come on, man. You got to be a point guard, man.
Agreed.
And everybody's talking about debating who's better between him and De'Aaron Fox. I can't even defend Lonzo right now because even though the Kings lost, De'Aaron Fox is getting his. He got 28 today, like it was nothing. Nobody could stop him. He's faster than everybody. And yes, he did shot. He did miss, have some misses. But here's the thing: when your point guard is aggressive, you gonna get that bag. And
You
Aaron
get the
Fox is
bag.
gonna get that bag. He gonna get the bag.
He
So
gonna be
I
a
mean,
loser, but yeah, I agree that he gonna get the bag.
that's what it's all about, man. See, Lamelo understands, and and I'm bringing this up because I know people gonna be on the comments, Sean, anybody else, gonna be like, man, you gotta always bring on Lamelo. I'm just excited, man, because Lamelo's a killer, man. I like his killer mentality. He doesn't give up. I've seen a game in the NBL. Uh, don't forget the team that Lamelo was on was the worst roster in the NBL. They were
Mm-hmm.
down like 18 points. Melo just was unconscious, brought them back. Uh, Within four, they lost the game, really because the bigs can't catch the freaking ball. That's another. Uh, that's the stuff I want to see.
Agreed. And I just want to see less of each one more, man. I'm sorry, man. I don't understand. Well,
Thank you.
bro, he is one of the worst decision makers I've seen in quite some time, man. Like, I don't know how he sees basketball, man. I really don't understand how he sees basketball. He's always like a step too late. Now, he has a lot of ability, so I understand ability going to get you on the floor. But he sees everything a tick too late, man. And it's translates into losing basketball, man. Like, I don't care what nobody say. That first game when we had like the what 12, 13 point lead and blew it and lost,
Hmm.
it was each one more's fault. Because there were a few plays that could have solidified the game at the end of the game. Poor decision making, bad turnovers, it cost us the game. Now you can say Alvin Gentry's lineups is a contributor to that, and I'll go with that. But each one more, man. I mean, because he hit a 3-pointer, and people say, "Oh, well, he hit a three. It barely rimmed in, and he took like 2 seconds to look before he shot it." I was just like, man, I think it's one of them. No, 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 no. All right, cool. We went in. You understand me? Like, I do understand Gentry's obsession with playing him so many minutes, man. I think those kind of things lead to the team being so discombobulated and kind of jarred, man. And it's why we can't have consistency, bro.
Oh, you already know why Gentry playing though, man. He's loyal to the people that stuck by him when that AD fiasco happened.
Yeah.
See what happens with loyalty, man. Loyalty can get you so it can only get you so far in life. Uh, Alvin Gentry, he's coaching off emotions with these rosters, and he gets so defensive. He out there telling the media, "Oh yes, I'm going to." He sound like Bubba Gump. Yeah, I am going to play the deeper roster in this game. That's how he sounds like.
Yeah. Old school.
Yeah, old school. Sound like Cletus or something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I told you, cheering and yeah. I always say yeah, cheering and yeah, yeah. I told you, yeah. That's how
I agree.
Alvin Gentry was sounding like. Like, man, what the heck you saying, bro?
Bro, they need to get like a younger coach, man. And I get it. Going young don't always work. Look at David Fisdale going to the Knicks. It doesn't always work.
No,
But
it doesn't.
and then again, my boy, NBA Inside, he was like, man, it's like, and this was to me not a correct assessment, but he was saying that Lonzo played better in spurts. I'm like, no, it's actually the opposite. You let Lonzo stay out there and figure things out. That's when he's most effective. When you snatch him in and out, his temperament obviously can't handle it. I mean, we got 3 years of evidence of this, right? It's 3 years of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you gotta let him go out there and play. He's just one of those guys. He kind of reminds me of me when I played. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you, DJ. When I played Division 1 basketball, we talking here, right? I couldn't remember
Yeah.
plays for shit. I could not remember plays. And I remember like the first little motions, but after the first few passes, I let my instinct take over, and my instinct was really good. But the problem is some coaches don't like the fact that I don't run the play all the way to the T. And so with my coach,
Oh.
every coach I had D1 level had to learn is just let me play because I understand balance of the floor. I understand cohesion. I understand who's high at the time. I know when to command the ball. I know when to get the hell away from the ball. Those are intrinsic things I know. But if you want to just label me as a guy who can't remember the plays, then you'll basically misdiagnose how I am. That makes sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I'm not saying Zoe suffers from that same thing, but obviously there are little intricacies that Zoe does not adhere to that as far as what a head coach wants, like on paper. But what you got to understand about a cat like him is you got to just let him play because he has such a high understanding of basketball that he's gonna make it work. And the great thing about it is he's your point guard. So he has a fingerprint on your offense. Whether if you don't love his offensive prowess, sometimes you don't love how aggressive he is. He's still smart enough to run your team. You know what I mean? And I think that until a coach understands that and let him be him, you're gonna see this start and stop shit with Zoe, this Bambi mode, and then I just like, any smart coach, I think at some point you got to just figure the player out and let the player be who he is, man. I think smart coaches take their ego out and understand what it takes to get the most out of a player based on their skill set. And I just can't wait till Zoe gets that going his way, man.
Absolutely, bro. This Bambi mode is like a it's like something that can't go away. If I would, I wish if I was the Lakers at the time, what I would have done, I would have hired a shooting coach, no matter what family or anybody saying. I would have done that. I said that from day one.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Walton would not have been my coach. I would have hired Mark Jackson. Yes, I said Mark Jackson
Okay.
because he knows how to build young talent. He built the Warriors. The Warriors were not the Warriors. Wouldn't even be the Warriors without Mark Jackson. Uh, Steve Kerr blessed to land in a situation like that. Remember, Steve Kerr was going to choose the Knicks job, but declined it. Once he saw that Warriors team develop, they was in the playoff. Remember, 2012, 2013, 2013, 2014. When you watch the Warriors play, you were just like everybody else. We were all shocked. Like, how did this team come out of nowhere and make the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry wasn't Steph Curry then. I
Agreed.
had some Sean, I had some Sean tell me, oh, if Steve Kerr would have coached the 2013-14 Warriors, they would have won the finals. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I said they're not beating the Spurs or the Heat that year. They're
No,
not doing that.
not happening. Well, I will say this. Mark Jackson gave Steph and Clay that confidence they have now. He definitely, there's no question about it. Steve came in and tweaked things, and actually, so if you remember in that team, Draymond Green didn't start, and he got like he literally got bench guy minutes. I mean, him being a low second round pick, it's understandable. When Steve came in, Steve made him a major fixture, and that's when they went to a championship level team. So now, granted, it's kind of easy to get an A on assignment when your group mates did all the hard work for you. To
Oh
your
yeah.
point about what Mark Jackson established, but yeah, man, it's yeah, no. So I think to your point, you got a lot of uncultivated young talent, and I don't care what nobody say. I think the Pelicans got the youngest, well, the best young talent in the NBA. So it may
Oh, I
take a
agree.
guy, yeah, it may take a guy like Mark Jackson to instill that confidence in you to take you to that next level. Whereas, Gentry is more of an old school execution style coach where they need some bravado. At the end of the day, you need to be told you the best team in the league and don't see yourself as nothing second than that. Sometimes that boosts your ego more than X's and O's can boost it, man.
Man, brother, I heard Mark Jackson say something that I wish that Lonzo's coaches would have said to him.
Mm-hmm.
He went on air and said, and this is Mark Jackson. He said, "You got to let young guys make mistakes.
Yep.
How you expect them to grow and become
Yep.
champions if you don't allow them to mess up every now and then?" I was like,
Yep.
"Wow, this brother gets it."
Yep.
And remember, he told Steph Curry and Klay Thompson that they were the best shooters of all time before it was popular. People, I remember it now. People thought they were. People thought Mark Jackson was ludicrous and that he was sipping on that holy water too much. I remember those comments. And look at him now. He knew what he was talking about.
Agreed. Yeah, and that's so true. Like, cause one thing you'll learn, man, talking to coaches, that philosophically, all coaches don't view things the same way. Some coaches are like very, very staunch and old in their line of thinking, and they don't necessarily look at um, the growth process the same way. So they're not willing to give somebody the same leeway that another coach will, understanding that, hey, fault comes progression. And some coaches look at it as, hey man, you gotta be a finished product right now, or you gotta be, they just, well, in lack of better terms, they judge you on a different metric. But when you got patience to understand the big picture, that is a big determining factor of growth. Because think about Steph, man, like the boy has them glass ankles, right? Um, the prognosticator said that Steph pretty much was going to be a tweener between a point guard and a shooting guard, and he was a little too small for both positions. And Mark Jackson kind of instilled that confidence, like, man, damn all that. You go out there and do you. Klay Thompson coming out of Washington State, he was a good prospect, but name another player out of Washington State that was a great player in the NBA. I'll wait.
Can't think of.
I'll wait. Besides LeVar Ball going out there for a year. Who has success out of Washington State, bro?
Man, no, I can't even think of any.
There we go. So with that being said,
LeVar Ball would have told, brother, what if LeVar Ball would have said, I'm the best player out of Washington State? That would have caused some headlines because everybody knows Clay is.
Yeah. He should say I'm the second best. Because can nobody name a second best?
Well, he's the second well known, but he definitely ain't the second best.
Well, of course, but LeVar don't deal with reality all the time. He deals with hyperbole. So
yeah.
You want to make a statement like that?
And brother, why do people take like what LeVar's saying so seriously? I could tell when I look at LeVar, he does that little grin. I could tell when he's like joking around. I could tell when he's serious. And these shines on YouTube, they spend a whole day talking about how LeVar did this, ruined the kids' lives, and all this stuff. I'm thinking, I'm sitting back, I'm like, is that all you gotta talk about? Is that the whole time?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. Well, I've been dealing with the LeVar Ball experience for about 3 years now in my personal life. And what I've learned, what I've come to understand is a lot of, and no disrespect to the brothers out there who don't like LeVar Ball, but what I've come to understand is if you don't like him, and the reasoning that you don't like him is that you're not a high level thinker. And what I mean by that is this: you get caught up in the hyperbole, which basically means when he overstates things, and you get hung up on that, and you can't understand big picture. So big picture is LeVar Ball is always going to be P.T. Barnum. He's going to be the big promoter. He's going to be Al Heyman. He's going to be, Don King. He's always going to be that archetype. That is always what he's going to be. He's never not going to be that. So when y'all get upset, he's saying Jello, he's going to be better than Zion Williamson. And y'all get stuck on that shit like that's a literal statement. But you got to understand, what he does is uses a polarizing name with his brand to create interest. What he said, I can beat Michael Jordan. He didn't say I can beat Ron Harper, right?
Yeah.
He said Zoe better than Steph Curry right now. He didn't say, oh, Zoe better than what's my man's name that played for the who's a good point guard. I like him for the Nets.
Kyrie?
Nah, the other one. Dimwadi. Spencer
Dinwiddie.
Yeah. He ain't saying, oh, Zoe better than Spencer Dinwiddie right now. Which would be a better comparison. You know what I'm saying? No, you go for the thing that resonates the most with people's consciousness. And you go for the big names. That's what LeVar has done consistently. So brothers who don't understand that process, they get upset because, oh man, how could he say that? That's wrong. Of course it's wrong. But the goal, if you're going to promote somebody, you pluck out the most, polarizing names, which means the best, and you compare your product to their product. Let me liken it to what I do for a living, DJ. So I sell mattresses for a living. I make 6 figures selling mattresses. I do a good job of doing what I do, right? So there are a lot of companies that compare their product to Tempur-Pedic. Tempur-Pedic, if y'all don't know, is the best. It's the best. So there are companies who charge, so Tempur-Pedic can charge from about $2,100 to about $8,000 for their product. There are companies who just fly-by-night companies who compare their specs to Tempur-Pedic, and they make the rubric to compare to Tempur-Pedic in the sense that a consumer would decipher it as, oh, well, the way they say it, yeah, this is like the same thing. And they charge you $800 for a product. So in the consumer's mind, you compare to Tempur-Pedic, but to a mattress expert, it ain't close. Like you trying to use metrics that are irrelevant to compare yourself. But that's a good, marketing tactic because you are putting your products side by side with something that is known as like the standard. You know what I mean? Which is smart. That's smart. That's what you want to do with your product. Some company you ain't never heard in your life. So that's what LeVar Ball consistently does with himself and his boys. And low-level thinkers don't understand their logic, and they get so upset when they need to understand the big play is. The big play is to get the name out there of the stuff to garner interest so you can maneuver in that space to promote the brand, to promote the product. So that's what happens right there, brother.
Yeah, excuse my language, but low-level Negroes tend to do that. They overthink things. They can't use common sense, logic, on simple situations. Uh, I've talked with people who are not too fond of LeVar, and what
Yeah.
they would tell me is they, even though they are not fans of LeVar, they never take him too seriously
Mm-hmm.
because they know it's like a promotion, like P.T. Barnum, Vince McMahon, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So they get it. So that's why they're not always mad and on these YouTube shows talking about what LeVar did. Uh, Remember, I'm not gonna say this person's name. The usual suspect. That person. I remember. I remember when this Shine said that Lamelo's career was over because of LeVar. I remember that.
Yeah.
LeVar has ruined Lamelo's career. Ruined it.
But you know what, brother?
And
He wasn't the only one though who was saying that though.
who else?
Shit, ESPN,
Yep. Yep. You're right. ESPN did say that.
Fox Sports.
ESPN did say that.
So he ain't the only one. To his credit, he ain't the only idiot who couldn't see the forest beyond the trees. Who couldn't see beyond the trees. You know what I mean? So low level thinkers come wide and abroad, brother. Just saying.
Yes, they are, man. Yes, they are. And this is it's such a blessing to have people like you who understand, man. We talk about basketball in an intelligent sense. We're not arguing to trying to be right. He corrected me on this show today, and I had no problem with it because I respect your hoop knowledge.
Appreciate it.
Not worrying about, man, this person corrected you. Oh,
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to spew in some false information.
Well, you know how it go, man. It's like they say the hubris comes before the fall, man. So when your ego is so out of control that you cannot be corrected by someone else, another like-minded brother, then hubris is gonna humble you further than any other personal lesson you can go through, man. So they say in short terms, iron sharpens iron, man. So that's why I like being on this channel,
True
man,
that,
and
man.
I like being under your program because, bro, it's some stuff, man. I may be off on too, and it's just that's how it goes, man. You don't want to surround yourself with a lot of yes men, bro.
Oh, not at all. That'd be so lame if I had you, DKM, the homie Ball Facts, uh, AB the Hero all agree with me. It would
Yeah,
not be fun. It would be boring. The reason why I'm cool with you guys is because everyone has their own mind, their own way of things, and they have their own voice, and I respect that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even I like, I respect ball facts letting his nuts hang. Remember when he did that Takashi 6ix9ine thing, and I was just like, bro, nah, that one ain't the one, bro. but
Hey man, the brother had guts, man.
but
I respect ball facts, man. I remember when ball facts had like 2,000. Now he got like almost 30K.
yeah,
Shout
that's
out to
crazy.
ball facts, man. The brother, he's grinding out there,
For
man,
real.
putting in that work. Always show me love. Same with who jargon. Always show your channel love, and this, we all can eat off this thing, man. Now,
There
I
you
always
go.
tell people, this is a hobby for me. But if I get paid for YouTube, hey, I'm not turning down that money.
Hey, facts. Thanks.
I got a good career, but man, I'm a capitalist, so
Yeah.
extra money is good money.
Hey man, money talks, bullshit walks, man.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
That's all about
Shout
this
out to my
YouTube guy, man.
capitalists out there.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I'm all about it, man. That's why I kind of just bait, my time, and I just got back on. Like when I kind of stopped doing videos, I had just got back on working, getting off furlough. So and I ended up, and I live out here in Los Angeles, so I've worked my way up to being one of the top salesmen, in the city or whatever. But I had to kind of just focus straight on what I'm doing because I got put in a position where, like, okay, the eyes gonna be on me. So okay, game on, let's do it. And that's kind of what I was focused on. But now it's kind of like even kill. I'm back to where at a top performance store where I'm doing what I'm doing. So now I want to get back on this heavy. And it just so happens the season right back on too. So it's like what I actually want to talk about. So it's perfect.
Absolutely, man. Uh, so I'm about to close this out, but we definitely
Yes,
gotta
sir.
chop it up, man. Thank you for joining the show, man. I wish DKM was in, but the brother got to get some sleep. He couldn't hang with the big dog.
Can't hang the
Shout out
big
to
dogs, man.
DKM though.
That boy, that's a hilarious dude, man.
Shout out to DKM though. He's always willing to learn. He put people on. Just a good brother, man. Peace
Absolutely.
and blessings for all you guys, man. Stay blessed. Stay up. Stay with your family. Keep your family close. Your friends close. Have a good day. Good night. Wherever you at.